Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. In today's video, we're going to talk about the software that we use for making vinyl decals, since this is one of the questions that we get a lot. And for those that are watching us for the very first time, I kind of want to give you an idea of what different products we offer. So the main focus are vinyl decals, but we also make car magnets, vinyl banners, yard signs, all kinds of different signs. But not only that, we also make some custom shirts, caps, plus we also outsource a lot of different products, which I'm going to talk a little bit in just a minute. And the main equipment that we use to make most of our products is just a vinyl cutter. Now, when it comes to the vinyl cutters, we have different ones. We have a Cameo 4, which is a 12-inch. We also have the Cameo Pro, which is a 24-inch. We got a Graphic CE 6040. This is a 15-inch vinyl cutter. And our favorite is the Graphic CE 6060. This is a 24-inch vinyl cutter, and this is the one we use a lot for most of our projects. And the type of software, which is the one I'm going to talk about today, is Corel DRAW. And the great thing about having this software is that you can pretty much use it for any kind of vinyl cutter, even digital printers. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the type of products that we outsource. And this is one of the places where we do outsourcing. It is Godprint. You can get business cards, you can get yard signs, vinyl banners. I actually have to go back a little bit, since a lot of different products or actually designs require something more sophisticated than a vinyl cutter sometimes, or some designs need a digital printer, and since we do not have one, that's the main reasons why we outsource certain products. I'm not saying you should get them from this place. I'm just showing you exactly where we get them from, and it is godprint.com. I'm sure there are better options. And now another product that we outsource are the transfers. We use different kinds. We have the screen printed transfers, and lately we've been using a lot of custom heat transfers, like let me show you exactly what we use. This is the one that we use a lot, Color Pro DTF, but they also have different options. For an order for like 24 shirts and up, this is a great option. Screen printed transfer, and other options here for full color, in case you are just getting started in this kind of business. If you just have a vinyl cutter and want to try out different companies or different options to offer when you cannot make them with a vinyl cutter. A few things that you must know about this software if you haven't used it. It is very friendly when you have to make a logo from zero. And since we are in the business of working with other business owners, most of our logos have like images like kind of like this. This software, although it's a little bit expensive, but you can get it for just one-time payment, and this is the price that you can get it currently in 2024. Ours, I think we pay like $350, since this is a very older version. They have subscriptions, which I don't know. I mean, personally, I rather do a one-time payment and just keep it. And another thing is that you have to make sure that you get the right version. Like the newer computers do not have like a CD player or a DVD player, and you got to make sure that you read the instructions before you place your order. If your computer has the player, then it'll be a great option to get the CD. One thing that you must know about the Cameo cutters, we've talked about this in the past previous videos. The Silhouette, or actually the Cameo cutters, they come with their software, which is the Silhouette Studio Basic Edition. It is a good software mainly to do letters, but if you have to make a logo from zero, that can get a little complicated if you're using the Basic Edition, which is free. But if you decide to get Corel DRAW, the one we have, I mean, you can use it and then just export the images, convert them to PNG files. This software, like the only downside about it is that when you just start using it, it can get a little challenging. But once you learn it, then like making logos from zero can get easier. Another thing that I want to mention, since A lot of people asked us if we are sponsored or are we being sponsored by Corel Draw, and no, we're not. Like whenever someone buys anything from our links, that's how we get paid. We're not getting money particularly from Corel Draw, but Amazon is the one that pays us, so it doesn't really matter what software or what product you get. We're getting paid. Like it can be a vinyl cutter, and it doesn't have to be just cameo cutters. It can be graphic. In fact, the bigger the purchase, the more money we get. Now up here we have a logo, and one thing that you must know is that we already have this episode. So if you go to our channel, it should be the most recent one. And another thing that I want to mention is that before we work on a project, we try to get an idea of how much the customer is willing to invest. We knew that this customer didn't want to spend thousands of dollars. So a few things that when you look at this design, since we got actually a vinyl cutter, we're going to try to keep it down to 2 colors only. We're going to avoid using blue color and the Instagram. This customer sent us an image. Someone did this for him before, and as you can see, this is not very professional. I think what they did, they just used an office printer, and they just put the image on the magnet. This was a mock-up that we sent him before we even made anything. He liked it, but he told me that he wanted to retouch it. He asked for a few things, like if we could add a little house and probably get rid of the images. All right, now let's go back to the original image that we have, and this is the only image which is not the best resolution. Now the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little ruler here. I'm going to show you that I need to probably move this a little bit. I'm going to change the angle right now. So I'm going to do like 359, and I'm going to select the image, and I'm going to go up here on top where it says bitmaps. I'm going to do a left click. We get that little screen, a window, and I'm going to go all the way to outline trace, and I'm going to do the clip art. Just give it a few seconds. And if you have used Silhouette Studio, is basically almost the same as when you are tracing an image. You can change the settings here. You can move it and get more detail or less. You can just adjust it to whatever. The bottom image is the one that's going to be a vector image. You just got to be careful, because if you exceed it, see the like inside the letters, like the little details will disappear. So I'm going to keep it somewhere around there. All right, so I'm going to go okay. Actually, something that I forgot to mention, and I think I'm gonna go back real fast. Sometimes you will be able to find some fonts, but what I would do here is just type in paint. Oops, I misspelled. Actually, I'm just gonna type in paint and see what we get. I know there's no really need for me to keep looking, because I already looked for and I couldn't find the font. But I mean, if you wanted to use something similar, you can always find something like that. But just wanted to show you real fast another option. Some of them are free, but let's go back to the image, and that is fontsquirrel.com. I'm gonna go back to Corel Draw. Let's go here to wireframe. Up here we have shortcuts, but you can get them here from view and then wireframe and enhance. So I'm gonna go to wireframe, and I'm gonna select the image. Like we could send the image like this to the vinyl cutter, and it will cut every single line. So it's a huge mess, as you can see here. There's a lot of work to be done. I'm gonna select the image, and then I'm gonna go to arrange, and then I'm gonna go ahead and ungroup them all. And let's go back to enhance, and let me show you what I did. So I actually ungrouped every single letter and all the colors and everything. So what I need to do, I'm just going to keep the poncho section. I'm gonna get rid of everything else. Something that I forgot to mention here is that you must know that we are not graphic designers, and the reason I'm saying it is because I just want to encourage the people that are just getting started, even though it can be challenging at first. But as long as you know the basics, believe me, if you record yourself working on the very first project and then you go back to the video a few months or a few years later, then you will laugh at yourself and you will be like, wow, I can't believe that I was so behind. I didn't know that much. And I mean, that happened to us. Hopefully it happens the same to you. So You know, when I go back and watch our videos, I'm like, I can't believe how little I knew, and we were able to get this done. Something here is missing, so I'm gonna fix that in just a minute. But you know, I'm actually gonna get rid of all of that. Okay, I want to add this little section here. There are different ways on how you can do that. I could just go to the Bezier tool and I can just add like a line here and just add it like that, add thickness to it, pixels, that. But I'm not gonna do that since our font or the letters have some kind of distress. I want to keep that. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to select that section, and then I'm going to go to shape tool, or what I can do, I can just double click real fast and we will get that option. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this all the way down, gonna move it about there, and then I'm going to double click real fast and just add there, and then I can probably give it a little effect like that. And now I'm going to pull this side here, or this end, and as long as they are like that, I'm going to go back and then I'm going to select that image, and then I'm going to weld it. I'm going to go here to the shortcut. You should know where you can find your weld option, and now if you can see, those disappear, but I still need to work on that. I'm going to double click actually to do faster. So I'm going to get rid of those knots from there. And then I can probably do the same here. I'm going to try to get rid of that. See how it looks once I do that. Okay, I think I like this, the way it looks like that right now. I'm going to bring this to the front so I don't have to do that later. What I mean by that, I'm going to get rid of them and they will disappear. That's what I need to bring to the front. Oops, no, I didn't do it right. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just bring them like that in order, and then to the front of page. I'm going to do the same with that. Now I'm going to select that, and let me give you some color, what I mean by that. So I'm going to go back and then just break apart. See, this is a solid background. I'm going to give it another different color. I'm going to give it like a blue color, but I still need to bring that to the back. So I'm going to do a right click and then order, and then send to the back of page. And then I'm missing something here. I can actually give it a different color, or I can just use that, the wireframe or the enhanced, but I'm just going to keep it enhanced because I already know where the pieces that I'm missing, I know where they are. I think I do know. All right, so if you can see right now, that is the background, and these are supposed to be red. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually, all that section, I'm going to weld it. I'm going to go one by one. So I'm going to click on the letter P, and then I'm going to click on shift button, and I'm not going to let go. I'm going to keep adding more letters, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. And then I'm going to keep on repeating the same step: shift, shift, left click, shift, left click, shift. Now they're all selected, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld those. I'm going to look for a red color to keep it simple. And now what I need to do, let me move this to the side, and I need this to be, I'm actually going to make it black. So I need this to be black as well. But what I need to do, I need to simplify that section, and what I need to do, I'm going to select that and then select the letter P, or actually the red letters, and then I'm going to go to simplify, and this is what will happen. I'm going to do the same thing with the yellow color, and then press on the shift button, do a left click on the mouse, and repeat the same step, shift, and then select the red color, and then do simplify. And I can get rid of those, see, and then they turn black. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to repeat the same step with this one here. I'm going to select that and then shift button, the black color, and then I can just move that to the side. All right, and I can repeat the same step with that. Now the way I can get rid of this, like different options, I can just double click real fast, and then just delete them like this. Or what I can also do, if you're just learning, you can just grab the erase tool, and then actually forgot to select the black color. Select it and then go to the erase tool, and then I'm just going to get rid of that. I mean, it works as long as you get it done. That's all it matters. Someone's gonna criticize you. I mean, if you make videos, I'm sure someone's gonna criticize you. You know, we have heard that so many times, but as long as you get it done, that's all that matters, especially in the beginning. Okay. All right, and now I can probably get rid of those. And see what I did. Let me go back. Sometimes, like it looks like the image is completely or it's a full image, but let me click on that end and then just delete it. And let me go to wireframe, and this section is missing. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just pull that node, and then now we got our full image, and I can probably give it some effect. I'm gonna double click here. I'm trying to make it have the same effect as that little angle there. I think it looks good right there. And I'm gonna repeat the same step with the bottom section, and I will be back. I don't want to make this video too long. I just repeated the same steps as we did previously, but as I said, the customer wants a few changes. Actually, I just noticed something here. The way I'm gonna fix that is if I just do double click and just get rid of those little knots and see what happens. I got rid of those. This is a shortcut that you can do. Sometimes you would probably need to do or follow different steps, but this one works. And what I need to do, I need to bring the letters, the ones on top, I'm gonna bring them to next to the painting. This is the name the customer selected. We didn't misspell. It's not missing anything. This is exactly how the customer has his Facebook account and everything. And another thing that I forgot to mention here, let me bring those little rulers down here so I can show you what I'm trying to talk about right now. If you can see, like the letters, like the P, since the picture was taken at a weird angle, the letters are not the same height. And the way you can fix that is, let's just, like this section, I can just bring it up. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double click here, and then I'm just going to select the section that I want to bring up. Just move it up like that. This is one of the great things about Corel Draw, that you can do it like this. It's so easy, so friendly to edit the knots. I try to do it with the other software, Silhouette Studio, which I know how to use. Like I just know like the basics. I'm still learning, but it was more challenging to do that. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does work, but since I've been using Corel DRAW for a long time, like I'm more familiar with the way it works. And I'm gonna do that to those, bring them up here. Oops, let me get up close. And then I can do the same here. Just gotta be careful on how you do it, because sometimes the letters will look a little weird, but so far so good. This is what I did, and I'm gonna show you in a minute how the end result looks like the design in the end, how it looks. What I can actually do here is probably get all of those and bring them the way down, all the way down. And I think they look almost about the same. I can still move this a little bit up like that. I just want every letter to be about the same height. And I could even bring like the center section. I can just highlight everything. That's what I mean. Go back, and I can just move it up a little bit. Whatever you just select, you can just edit it, move it up, and then I can just break them apart. And that's what I did in the beginning, remember? And then bring it to the back. And then we have the red letters. And yep, so I actually went I showed you that earlier, so there's no need for me to go back to everything, but now the letters look about the same height and everything. And this is what we did to save him some money. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to move the red color to the side, that and that. So what we did, I'm going to weld that so it's not moving in pieces. By doing it like this, I mean, this is obviously the color of the background. We didn't have to use any white color. It was just like the main base or main design is black color. So, and the way we applied the vinyl, the second layer, we did a wet application without using any registration marks. We just applied some of that solution, the homemade solution, and we were able to just position it, move it around until we got the right angle. And we did the same thing with the bottom, like we just applied some homemade solution and then just move it around until we got it right. And this is one of the reasons why we love doing a wet application. And by just keeping it this way, we were able to save our customers some money, and we did exactly the same on the other side, and then on the back. But now let's pretend that we wanted to add some registration marks to our designs. This is what we would do if we were to do the application, the installation ourselves. We'll just go to the rectangle tool and just add a little rectangle here, and then just make a copy of that. Actually, just drag it all the way to the side and make sure that we put it about the same height and everything. All right, just to show you, we didn't really use them, but this is how we would do it. We would apply our registration marks. So I made them a little bit taller. Now I'm going to go ahead and select them. But before I do that, before I actually weld them, I'm going to make a copy of those two. I just did a right click and then go to copy without letting go. I still have selected those, and then I'm going to do shift button and press on the red letters. And now we got our registration marks for the top. Oops, I forgot to weld the painting section. I can still go back and do it. Like I have selected painting and then shift button and then weld. Let me show you. Hopefully I did it right. Yep. We still got to add the registration marks for the black color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a right click. Remember that we did a copy of the registration marks, so I can still go back and add them. Let me go back because I let them go too soon. So I'm going to go back and do paste. And then if you can see, they're selected, the ones that I just brought the registration marks, and then shift button and click on the little house. And now we got our registration marks, and all I have to do is just weld the other colors. But something I want to mention about the little house, we have a subscription to FreePic. We're not Free Pictures. We're not being sponsored. This is the name of the website, freepic.com. And basically what we do, actually we pay, I think it's once a year, like around, it's a little bit over $12 per month. So like $140, $150, something like that a year. And this is where we get a lot of vector images, makes it a lot easier. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to just enter house logo. All you got to do is just select the image that you want to add, and this is where we found the little house. But you have so many different options, and not just that, but other like landscaping logo. I misspelled, I think. See, we have like different options. They got really cool logos that you can use. If you pay the membership, you can use them. I mean, you cannot obviously sell the logos like your own, but you can just use them to make your decals and all your different products. And that's how we make it easier for ourselves. Remember, this is where you can get fonts. This is where we get different business cards, different products that we cannot make with a vinyl cutter, like yard signs, magnets. And this is where you can get your transfers, corelworld.com, or at least this is where we get them. I'm sure there are better options. And the last one, the freepic.com, to get some images. And now this is The design that we came up with for this customer, we added the social media with the same color, black color, to make it more affordable for him. And yeah, so this is what the mock-up looked like, even though it's not the same band. But he told us that he's gonna have a Chevy Express, but I mean the windows are the same height and everything, so we use the same measurements. If you guys like this video, make sure you give us a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. We would also appreciate if you share it with your friends, relatives, or anybody who's just getting started in this kind of business. Remember that you can get your materials, equipment, all the products, you can get them through our website, that is www.rdidecals.com. If you guys want to support us additionally, remember that we have different memberships. If you want to come up with estimates for your vinyl decals, we have the decal calculator, and you can use it or have access to it if you join our gold membership. I mean, we have different memberships, but that's the main one, the one that lets you use that calculator. And all you got to do is just go to the join button and you will get all the different options. Now, once you join in, all you have to do is just go to the membership tab or community tab. Just look for the password to sign in or to log in into your membership. But you have to go to our website, and that is www.rdidecals. And this is where you should enter your password provided on YouTube. And also remember that we have different videos, not only the perks that you get through our websites like the decal calculator, but we also have videos only for members, and you can watch them on YouTube, but also you can use the other perks through our website. Thank you for your support.